and Joy. Is it helpful to work with the same people over and over?
Incredibly. We have such a shorthand. I actually had to apologize to this director of Passengers because I kept interrupting him, and I wasn't even meaning to be rude, but David can start to talk, and I know exactly what he's going to say. We have such a shorthand, and it's so honest because we don't have to go through the getting to know each other period or the being polite to each other. It's just real and immediate. It's incredibly, I want to work with him until one of us dies.
And you probably will, damn it.
Don't ever think that the world owes you anything, because it doesn't.
My name's Joy, by the way.
Women get frustrated that, we don't get paid enough, and then the Republicans or the CEOs that are men say, well, it's because women take off time for maternity leave, or because of women. So it's interesting to hear
Because it's our fault,
a woman,
obviously.
but a woman say, well, yeah, because we are mothers, and it is different than
We're
being a
continuing
father.
the human race for you. You're welcome.
It is, yeah. but I know, but you physically can't do what your husband is doing right now. You are physically feeding your baby with your body, and your husband can't do that. Yeah. So I don't know. It's interesting, the difference.
I mean, one of the things is that more women have to be in charge of studios so that they can green light films with women.
Well, I don't think a lot of people.
That works, so does it, Jane?
But they were in charge.
To some extent it does.
A few said there
Yeah.
were 3 or 4 women running the studios. And
I think women can be just as sexist
Right.
as men. Women can be misogynistic too. More so, they have more freedom to do it.
It's economic, isn't it? You just the economics have to change.
Well, why would people have confidence in a female director when there are so few? What is it, like 3% or something? Less.
Between 1 and 11.
So there's not going to be a lot of confidence in a female director, and then that has to filter into maybe we don't have confidence in ourselves.
Jennifer, who do you act for?
My agent.
Such a weird question.
Myself, I wouldn't have, if I hadn't found it, I would have never been able to make sense of all of these bizarre things that I'm sure we all had when we were kids. Why, if I think something, do I feel it? When you're young, before you're acting, that just makes you feel crazy. Like I convinced my entire bus that we were being held up for ransom because I was reading about it and was just like, it's real.
Well,
So I have an outlet, and now I understand what it is, or otherwise I would have felt mentally insane. I act for myself. I really love it. I don't think there's a way that we could
I'm with you
handle
on that,
these
yeah.
schedules and all of the work, the actual work that goes into it. If you don't really, really love it, I don't see how anyone would
what's
be
been
able to
your
do it.
toughest moment as an actress?
I had my first real sex scene a couple weeks ago, and it was really bizarre. It was really weird.
When you say real sex scene, you mean penetration?
No. No, yeah, thank you for clarifying that. Real, yeah, that's normal, right? Yeah, it was weird. It was, and everything was done right. It wasn't anybody's fault. Nobody did anything wrong. It's just a bizarre experience.
How do you prepare for that?
You drink. I got really drunk. But then that led to more anxiety when I got home because I was like, "What have I done?" I don't know. And he was married, and it was going to be my first time even like kissing a married man. And like guilt is like the worst feeling in your stomach. And I knew it was my job, but I couldn't tell my stomach. So I called my mom. I was like, "Will you just tell me it's okay?" It was just very vulnerable, and you don't know what's too much, and you want to do it real. You want everything to be real. That was the most vulnerable I've ever been. I had a 5-year plan. I was going to give it 5 years, and if that didn't work out, I was going to go back to Kentucky and become a nurse.
Really?
Yeah. And I still think I'm a doctor.
Would you have been a good nurse?
I think so.
I really think
I think you would be a great nurse.
I don't know if I'd let you put me under, but I would.
No, I'm not good with math. You don't want me to deal with like your propofol, but
yeah, you
I
take
think
my
I have
bedpan
great
just
medical
fine.
instincts.
Are you ever afraid of acting?
Yeah, I get scared of each before every movie, before every character, because I never feel like I have it, because I don't find who they are yet. When I read the script or in rehearsals or in anything, it's this very annoying thing that I've learned about myself. It's not until I'm in costume, and sometimes, unfortunately, it's a week into the movie.
Oh, wow.
Just a week. And then I find it. And then